don't even bother.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up? I just played that commercial for my kids the other day. They're very into 90s commercials.
Nice. Well, we had some of the best in the 90s.
For sure.
Which I guess we talk about it all the time in our own personal lives and on our voice texts. But, dude, can we like bring back the good old days where things were normal and cool? And
Were they, though?
But they were simple. The simplicity is what I lack because everything just got so complicated in terms of, I don't know, societal expectations, societal who you want to be. Yeah. There's just a lot. I feel we just need to bring back the good old days.
Well, and the planned obsolescence of everything. I want a washing machine that's a metal drum that's going to last for 30 years. I want a Honda lawnmower that's going to last for 30 years. I want all of those things. So I'm bringing the good old days back at my house.
I love that you're doing that.
So I have 2 kids and they're in school, and every week they come home and it's like, so-and-so has an Apple Watch and so-and-so has I don't even know. I don't care. Good for that person. I'm not their mom. So I got my kids a landline so they can talk to their friends and they have to share it. And there's no texting and there's no social media, and they have to call. And we have a couple friends who also have landlines now because we're starting a revolution. But generally they have to call the mom's cell phone. And so they have to call and talk to an adult and say, hi, Mrs. Jones, is Bridget there? And have a whole conversation again and really bring back those conversational skills, phone skills. And it's hilarious to listen to them talk on the phone with their friends. And then inevitably they have about a half-hour timer. And so one of them will set the kitchen timer and then go screaming at the other one if she's not off the phone in time. And then their auntie bought them Discman CD players for Christmas.
Nice.
And so we'll go to the used bookstore and they get to buy CDs. And it's just, we're bringing back all the best parts of our childhoods so that our kids can stay kids longer.
Which is a huge part of society, is that these kids generally are growing up way too fast. Mm-hmm. They have everything that they could ever want at their fingertips, to the point, I've seen friends of mine who have kids that are buying them these really extravagant gifts when they're little. Mm-hmm. And then each year it has to be something better, because in the mind of a child, you don't understand that maybe this was the big gift, right? We were in our teens when we had, well, this is your big gift.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this will be the big gift. And then next year you're going to get a sweater. Like,
you're going to get a toothbrush and some socks.
You're getting nothing. Yeah, some socks.
Yeah.
But kids these days, when you start them that young, giving them all of these extravagant gifts, you have to keep almost one-upping yourself.
Yeah.
To give them the latest and greatest, to get them what the next door kid has, because it's almost everything. So I love the fact that you're doing this with your kids, and I love that they call me, because that's just hilarious. Because getting a call from them and then having the conversation that ensues on the other end, whether it's telling me about the day or reading me a story that they heard in school. This is great. I love it.
Because then you get to just have a conversation with them, and I'm not involved in it, because that's when their little personalities shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, which is a lot of fun. I will admit that one time that one of them called me, it was because the friend didn't answer the phone.
Oh, sure.
So
Sure.
I was not really first choice, but I was the side. I got at least.
You're on the list.
I was on the list.
You were on the bench. So,
that makes me feel really good. But I love all of those things, to just try to maintain also some form of normalcy that you grew up with, that is right, and not the things that make the kids start to ask all the questions of what they're seeing on social media, how things are progressing on social media. I think that we all joke about waiting for AOL to dial up.
Oh, yeah.
But a child today will just never know, kind of a payphone, kind of the phone. You know what I mean? Like any kind of thing that we had that was so staple.
Yeah.
You graduated when you were younger to having the house phone, to getting your own line,
Oh,
to
yeah.
then maybe you had an answering machine.
Oh, yeah. Or even just having a phone in your room.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I've had a job since I was 14. And so I paid to get my own line installed in my room.
Oh.
And
Did
that
you
was a
have one
big
of
deal.
those clear phones with all the gadgets inside?
No, I wanted one, but then I found a cooler one. It was very streamlined. It was very futuristic, which is funny because now I wanted to get the girls a rotary phone,
Nice.
but they were really expensive. And then my next choice was going to be the one on the kitchen wall with the 10-foot cord.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting a cordless just so that they can have a smidge of privacy, but they're not even allowed to take that into their bedrooms.
Oh,
They have to go in the office or my bedroom
okay.
and still be within earshot.
But they're also at the age where probably sitting still to have a phone conversation.
Oh, that doesn't
is
even
not-
happen. The little one just
That's what I'm
paces.
saying,
She's
like,
doing all the weird things. She's climbing on the furniture. She's upside down. It's hilarious to watch her. And do you know what's really funny is that the big one will talk on the phone, but the little one puts it on speaker.
Oh,
She will not hold the phone up to her ear.
okay.
It's wild to watch. And then we had to have a whole conversation about how people of our generation do this. But if you watch little kids, if they fake a phone, they do this.
Oh, well, that's all they know.
It's
that's what I'm saying.
wild.
These smartphones with
Yeah.
all the apps and everything. My app growing up was either the solitaire, the minesweeper,
yeah.
the free cell on the computer.
Yeah. And you got to change the background of the cards on solitaire.
Yes, that was great.
Or, just a fan, an oscillating fan that you talked into. My brothers and I probably spent hours doing that.
Changing voice. That's
So,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, there are so many things, but I love that you're at least doing that. If you want CDs, by the way, I have many, primarily from college when my roommates and I would burn them. So I don't
yeah.
really know if it's not safe for children
have to
or maybe
listen to
some
them first.
explicit lyrics.
Because we did find my old CDs and I had to pull out some, not all, not really a lot. Because again, I'm raising my kids to live in the world.
Yeah.
And so they hear all kinds of language and they know what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. But I didn't think that certain rap songs or
You don't want to let them listen to Eazy-E?
no, NWA, no, or some of the punk rock CDs that were in there was no, not today. But yes, you can have the Beastie Boys, and yes, you can have No Doubt, and yes, you can have. George Strait. They now have gone. I love going to buy CDs with them because watching what they pick is hysterical. Because one of them is obsessed with Dolly Parton.
Oh my gosh.
They're both wildly into Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, that was one thing I always thought, oh my gosh, her kids.
They are parrot
so
heads. I like Jimmy Buffett. I'm down with Jimmy Buffett. I don't know that I've ever described myself as a parrot head, but my kids are parrot heads. And it's hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah, they have good musical taste.
Nice.
Except for the one that's trying to get into Taylor Swift, and that's not allowed. I refuse to listen to Taylor. So
Yeah.
you listen to that on your own time. So she did end up, one of her friends got her a Taylor Swift CD. So she can listen to that with her headphones on.
With her headphones. You're
Away
like,
from me.
Don't even bother listening to
Because
that.
if you want to listen to some angry chick rock, I got you covered. But it's not going to be Taylor Swift.
No, probably not. But no, it's a super cool thing to me when you told me you were doing that, and I had shared it with some other people who also have kids. And I think this is a wildly creative idea just because nobody thinks of trying to. I think a lot of people think, I wish my kids had the childhood that I had.
Sure.
But there are ways that you can approach it to try to give them somewhat of it. You know what I mean? You can't give them everything of it, but you can give them so much.
Oh, yeah. They both have a clock radio.
Nice.
Alarm clock in their room. They don't wake up to it, but that's because I haven't set it on the awful alarm yet.
The awful alarm.
The dramatic way to wake up.
Yeah.
They don't play online video games. They play Mario Kart on the Wii. If I could find them Duck Hunt, you better believe that I would be schooling everybody in Duck Hunt. That was my game, but I haven't found it yet.
I feel like we should just also do a PSA and maybe an ask from the general public. If anybody has a very old school Nintendo that they still
an original Nintendo.
they still have games for that you'd have to get it to work and not fully insert it but mash it down. I feel if I could play Mario 3 and Warp the Worlds, or if I could play Zelda. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Zelda.
Oh, Zelda was fun.
Zelda was amazing. And I just haven't been able to make a friend who maybe has this piece of history.
I'm telling you, trying to find Wii Sports Resort was an ordeal.
Oh.
Because Wii Bowling is my favorite after Duck Hunt. But Wii Bowling, but I love bowling in
Bowling
real
is
life.
fun.
I love real bowling. My brother and I were on a bowling league together in college one year.
Nice.
And it was mainly just a drinking league that did some bowling. But oh man, I love bowling. So Wii Bowling is
Have
where
you
it's at.
taken your kids bowling?
Oh yeah.
Real bowling?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And they like it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not great at bowling, but it's so fun.
I am not a very competitive person until we're bowling. If we're bowling and drinking, I'll get competitive.
Okay.
It's an experience.
Do you have your own bowling shoes?
Not yet, but I would like to buy some.
Really?
Because the thought of I have to really dissociate to put on
You have
bowling
to.
shoes. Like but yeah,
You have
I
to.
would buy my own bowling shoes.
I feel like there are so many fun things that even as adults, we always think going out, going to the bars, not we, because I don't go to many bars, neither do you. We're not like
I don't
huge
go
bar
anywhere.
people. But I'm saying we forget, generally speaking, as adults, sometimes we forget that there are other cool things to do, that you can go bowling and it's fun. You can.
Yeah.
I wanted to have, so when I turned 40, my big thing, did I tell you? My ideal thing was to throw a birthday party at a roller rink because your girls had been.
Oh yeah, my girls are big at the roller rink. They're not good.
I haven't been on roller skates in forever,
I haven't either.
but I had a birthday party at a roller skating rink. I believe I was 7.
Okay.
And that was probably the last time I was on roller skates. And then I kind of went to rollerblades, but I wasn't very good at those. Roller skates are better.
I grew up on a street that was like a I'm going to tell you it was an 8% grade, but I don't know that that's accurate because I don't know that that's even a thing. But it was hella steep. So I was not good at riding bike or rollerblading. I had all of those things, but I was real good at walking everywhere because you can't. Once your brother convinces you to get on a skateboard and go down that hill into the giant blackberry patch at the bottom, it'll scar you a little bit.
It'll kind of sit. It'll be a good little reminder.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't do as much. They have rollerblades and they'll do it, and they like to get invited to the roller rink birthday parties.
Okay.
And now they have those little helpers. Have you seen those? It's like a walker. It's like an old lady walker, but on wheels.
On the rink?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They have them at ice skating rinks too, which I cannot ice skate. That is 100%
I
not
can't ice skate.
happening.
Also, it feels like a weapon to me that, you know what I mean? If I fell and twisted, I would be the person that would fall on ice skates
and cut your own neck.
Somehow do Swan Lake, like flip. All of the yoga I've ever done in my life would come out at that one moment. It would be, you wanted your head behind your leg or behind your neck now? You get it. But the 40th roller skating birthday party was very much a thing for me. Okay. But I had the puppies at that time.
Oh, sure.
So I couldn't do anything. And so I thought, it's okay, I'll just do it in spring. Nobody wants to do it in winter anyway. I guess maybe we would. But
yeah,
it was going to be easier. And then I just didn't.
Okay.
And now I'm past that.
Okay.
And so it doesn't seem as exciting to be wah for this next birthday that has no relevance in life.
But why not just do it then? Why does it have to be a increment of 5?
No, but it was just a big birthday.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just say it's my belated 40th birthday party.
There you go.
Okay.
Or just lie.
Well, no, I don't want to turn 40 twice. My mom was 35 for so many years when I was in elementary school.
Oh,
Every time
funny.
it was her birthday.
I love that.
Yeah, she was like, I'm 35. So people would ask. She was just 35 again.
Most of the time, I don't even remember how old I actually am. So I don't know. I go, I don't know. I have to count, and it's a whole thing.
On your hands. It's a count on our
It
hands.
depends on how much coffee I've had that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're bringing back the good old days.
I love it.
And what else do we do?
I love that they have no social media either, because they're definitely at an age where so many of their peers do have social media. Just that group, the age group in general has social media. So the fact that they don't, we love social media as adults.
But we've also carefully curated our own algorithms with the help of our government surveillance agents. And I don't follow things that make me feel bad about myself. I don't follow things. It's just a nice little brain dump. It's just a fun thing. I love sending reels and memes to people that I care about. I mean, like, this made me think of you.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really want uplifting shit either, though. No, thank you. I just want funny things. That's all I care about. And so I'll let my kids watch Instagram reels with me. They love funny animal videos. So, because they're animal people. And so they like to watch animals doing funny things.
Didn't you say your kids were watching
They love
funniest
America's Funniest videos. They love it.
Yeah. There's a lot of that kind of stuff on social media, like on Instagram. It's a ton where you forget that, oh, ouch, that would hurt. So social media for me is, I do like the uplifting shit. I like it.
And you send it to me every now and then, and I don't mind it. And I'll heart it. And I'll be like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, if it makes me think of you, because I know you're not that person. Yeah. But if it's something...
I don't want a life lesson. I've had enough life lessons.
I had this... So whenever I travel to Italy, because we have a family home there, there's this running joke I always have with my friends there, and it's always the people who want to be the most inspirational on social media they'll post something like, just enjoy every moment of life. And then they're
that's not realistic.
But no,
Sharon.
but they're half naked on a beach. But that's the caption, right? Or it's just the most random that you can look at it, where we've been on the internet forever, where we know what social media is good for and what we take out of it. But there are a lot of people who just see that and they're like, oh, I am going to enjoy life now that I saw, or it's so twisted. Social media is a very twisted world, and I don't look at it and I don't feel bad about myself watching it, which again is something, as you're an adult and you're looking at these things, you literally take them for what they're worth. It's a highlight reel when it's these great moments for people. I will say there are some people who genuinely have that life, and I love and admire them for it.
Sure.
Just that constant grace and positivity. If I'm not in a position or not in a mindset to post something positive or whatever, I'll typically post something funny, or I won't post at all. There is nothing wrong with not posting on social media.
Oh, for sure.
There's something about just taking it in and laughing at what you laugh at. I will say kudos to the people who are probably majority our generation with their comments. The comments.
Oh, the comments are brilliant. And I would look at comment sections and I'm like, I never would have thought of that in a million years. That's brilliant. I love it.
They're just so clever.
Yeah.
So it gives me hope in who's going to lead the country, years down the line. If they grew up like us and they have twisted senses of humor, you're pretty on point with reality if you have a twisted sense of humor, because you understand that nothing is fairy tales, utopia, real.
Yeah.
But that's just not accurate as to how actual daily life is.
Oh,
so if you can make fun of it, then I kind of trust you to be making big decisions. But I think it's just the people who genuinely can find the twisted humor in the world that are the ones who are actually the most realistic, because they just understand that nothing is going to be without problems. Nothing is going to come easy. It's not all going to be smooth and everyone live in this weird utopia. Because number one, that's not normal. It's not real. 2, it's not cool. 3, government grocery stores won't work. And I'm looking at you, New York. Like, it's not going to work, but to each their own. We live in Idaho.
That's called socialism.
Yeah, bad.
And it doesn't work.
Socialism bad. Capitalism good.
Yeah. And I had a thought and it just left my brain. I have etch a sketch brain sometimes, so I just shook my head too hard and it's
It'll
gone.
Come back. No, it'll come back. But just We appreciate everyone who's funny in the comments.
It's that those people, if you can have a little bit of a twisted sense of humor and you know that none of this is real, because we're probably all living in a simulation anyway, but those are the happier people because you're also not getting offended at every little thing.
Yeah.
I think the people who don't get offended are happier. And I was talking to my kids about that the other day, and we were talking about stereotypes. Because have you ever had to explain what a stereotype is to somebody?
Can't say that I have.
That blew my mind to try to explain that to this little human that I'm molding. And it was, well, a lot of them are based on kind of true things, but then it gets skewed or it gets distorted or whatever. And it's not true for all these people. And it's just a way of us versus them, you know. But I was talking about how the Irish don't get offended about anything ever, and they'll make fun of their own selves, you know, and they'll take it and run with it. If the Irish were as offended as other people, you wouldn't have Lucky Charms cereal anymore.
That's true.
But they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And they'll turn around and roast you just as hard, and they're just happier for it, I think.
I think the ability to laugh at yourself also, but I do believe that comes with your surroundings in the sense of who you're around when you are raised. So back to generational, back to societal expectations and the way society puts all these rules on everything. If you allow a child to get offended at everything, they're going to have a really rude awakening when they're in the adult world, because no one gives a shit about your feelings.
Yeah.
Sorry. We grew up like that. We grew up with, okay, if someone hurt your feelings, it hurts. I'm not saying it's not a valid feeling, or it wasn't, but it's just, what are you going to do about it? And that's how I try to approach everything these days. Like, there's problems in the world everywhere. Oh my God, they suck. But hold on, take a breath. What can I do about it to change it? Nothing.
So I abide by the Roadhouse rules of life. I haven't seen a lot of movies, but I'm a big Roadhouse fan.
Okay.
And so in Roadhouse, he's teaching these guys how to be bouncers. And he's like, drunk people are going to try to get a rise out of you. And I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice. And one of the guys goes, well, what if he calls my mom a whore? And Patrick Swayze looks right at him and goes, well, is she? And so that's what I do when my kids are fighting. Well, she called me stupid. And I go, well, are you stupid? Then no, move on.
Move on.
Your feelings are valid, but what you do with them is your responsibility.
Totally.
So
that's the only thing you can control.
Yeah.
Like,
so
you can't control what other people say about you or what other people do. But yeah, I just feel you have to have a little bit twisted of a sense of humor, but also just the way we were raised. I had a single mom, you know what I mean? So
I did too for a time.
So a lot of our growing was latchkey kid mentality, where you're kind of fending for yourself.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Have to,
oh, yeah.
You have to be responsible. You've got to get your stuff done before mom gets home from work. You've got to eat a snack.
And it was usually a weird snack.
Sure.
I saw a meme one time that was like, I miss those hours between 3 and 5 where you could be at home with your brother and make a weird snack and then hit each other. That's how we did it.
Yeah, you just had to kind of. It's almost, what was it? Oh my gosh, the kids on the island.
Lord of the Flies. Yeah.
The kids are in charge for those certain hours, but you weren't, what's the word, where you're not, oh my gosh, you're still going to be punished if you do something stupid.
You weren't supervised, but you had expectations, and those expectations were pretty clear.
Yeah. You're not immune.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Sorry.
Yeah. But you couldn't be, I mean, you were an only child. I have so many siblings because my whole family is divorced and remarried and adopted, and it's just bonkers. But I grew up with 3 older brothers, and we beat the hell out of each other. But then there was no running to mom. My mom didn't want to hear any of that.
No.
And my kids are constantly tattling on each other, and I don't have the capacity to referee those fights. I have no idea, because we were solving problems behind closed doors. We were solving problems on our own. We were making negotiations. Like, if you don't tell mom that I just put your head through the wall, I will do your laundry for the next 6 weeks. Well, that was worth it.
Totally.
So my mom still doesn't know that story.
Surprise.
Yeah. And And one of my brothers has passed away, so he's not telling the story either. So it's just up to me now to tell that story
There you
or
go.
not.
Or not, but
But
she
yeah,
did.
we're constantly trying to get our kids to be on that same weird team. Look out for each other,
Yeah.
because you're going to have to navigate the world without me one day. And
you have each other.
And you have each
that's-
other.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't have siblings, but I have aunts and uncles that are, I mean,
yeah.
my mom is the oldest of 5. So her baby sister is 6.5 years older than me.
Okay.
And she'll bring it up sometimes. So when I would go to my grandparents' house and they would watch me while my mom was at work or something, she would be there because she was, again, young, right? She's going to be there. And they had a yellow that it's not too mustardy, but it was that 70s yellow phone.
It's called Harvest Gold.
There it is, attached to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
With the cord. It was line 2 in the kitchen.
Okay.
So line 1 was down, line 2 was that one. And I don't remember what she did to me because there was a lot of periods of obviously teasing, sibling teasing.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked up that phone and I hit her on the head with it. And there was a crack in that phone that just stayed there. So every now and then she'll be like, oh, I didn't crack a phone on someone's head. But you also took me to see Silence of the Lambs when I was 7 at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Because she was sneaking in with her friends, but she couldn't tell my grandma that she was going to a rated R movie.
Right.
So the stipulation was you have to bring me.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got that joy of terror and horror. And now today, that's one of the most epic movies.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
one of, I quote it all the time. It's one of my faves. It's such a good movie for how low budget it was. But you can't see Buffalo Bill in another movie without being, bitch, you better not hurt my dog. There's so much.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
I saw Witches of Eastwick way too young. And Cocktail and the things I mean, we were just wildly unsupervised.
It's just not the same anymore.
And
So bring it back. Like,
we all,
supervise, but
it is. It's a weird. I'm trying to walk the line because a lot of trauma shaped our dark humor, and I don't want that for my kids, obviously. But we want to, bring back the simplicity and the resiliency and the ability to fend for yourself. But I also want them to know that they don't have to. I just want them to have those skills. So
those are important.
Yeah.
It's how you survive. Also, you would be in a different position today with those kids because no matter what you tell them, knowing that maybe their friends aren't going to have seen that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But then if they go talk about, now you're going to get a phone call from a, but this is where people get offended and they just become bitches about everything. I can't handle this. This hurt my feelings. This is wrong. Da, 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 da. It's gotten out of control.
Oh,
I mean, if we talk about societal norms and expectations, this shit is out of control. But when you allow something to go so far, how do you reel it back? You can't. This has been allowed for years to be whatever you want to be in the world, right? You're a cat. You could be a cat. That's bullshit. You're clearly not a cat. So where we always say if you're easily offended, don't even bother listening to this. Like, I'm sorry that you're easily offended, but it's not, your feelings aren't my problem unless I've purposely made you feel a certain way. But there is a flip to logic. And I can't go against for my own value system. I can't refer to you in a pronoun of a cat because that's what you want to be. It's just not going to happen. And it's not a disrespect thing. It's just, I wasn't raised like that. And I don't feel I have to change the way I view the world because the world wants this one bubble and this one person wants to be a cat. And now I have to speak to them in meow. No.
I mean, if you want to change your name to
I'm good with that.
Fluffy Biscuits McWhiskerface, I will call you that.
Totally.
But I'm not going to call you by your cat pronouns.
No. Names, fine. But the second you try to change science and logic, it's really logic.
It is.
It's
I'm not gonna get sucked into a make-believe vortex.
No. That doesn't
life.
end. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't end. So once you buy into it, once you allow
It's a
yourself,
slippery slope. And that's such an overused term, but it's true.
but it is, because you can't reel it back in. Once you've given, but think of even your kids. If you had given your kids everything they want, and then one day, actually, we're not going to do it that way anymore. And they don't think they did anything wrong, because they're just, wait a minute, we're just doing what you said was okay. And now you're taking it all back. That doesn't work. So think of that on a really big scale.
Yeah.
And I will say, as someone who loves to travel abroad, where there's culture in other countries. I love Europe. Italy's my fave. There are things here that Italians are like, you guys in America are
We've lost it. Yeah.
And it's true, because you've taken away logic. Basic logic.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge thing. And I love the fact that you're giving your kids that upbringing, those experiences, because gosh, if we could go back and do it again,
Well,
so
and
cool.
we do usually every weekend we'll watch a movie, and it's usually a movie from our childhood, not The Witches of Eastwick. But I mean, so they like to watch The Sandlot and The Mighty Ducks and I don't know, my husband has better childhood movie recommendations than I do, obviously, because we're just, some of them are cheesy as hell. Some of them are just awful.
Hold on, I have to interject though, because your kids were at my house about a week ago.
Oh yeah,
This was
their new
amazing.
favorite TV show.
They were at my house. Megan, I don't really entertain kids. I don't really know what I have. I have dogs. They could play with the dogs, teach them tricks. And so then I remembered puzzles. I have puzzles, so I have a 1,000-piece puzzle. And hey, I have this puzzle. Do you want to do it? And they were all
like
on board.
puzzles in theory.
In theory, I learned that after I ripped
Katusha did the whole
open
puzzle herself.
this 1,000-piece puzzle. And I'm also the person that if I start it, I'm not stopping. Like, that shit has to be done. So up till 1 a.m., no problem. It's got to get done, because my table has to be clean, because I'm very weirdly particular about the cleanliness of my home. So it had to get cleaned. They did it for, one of them was, I'll do this part. Okay. The other one was just kind of looking around.
Oh, the other one has the wildest case of ADD you've ever seen in a little girl.
That's the one. So she was looking everywhere. And then all of a sudden, the one who was helping me
Was gone.
And I'm getting edges. I'm doing this. She's like, hey, do you have Prime Video? Because we've been watching Saved by the Bell. Did your mom tell you that we grew up on that show? Yeah. So they were watching. That's it. That was it. They would come over every 5 minutes. It was usually it was the smaller one. Usually when I was trying to find a piece to the border, but scouring through the other ones, and she would come over and sit in my spot and start fucking with everything. And I'm like, no. Now we're in anti mode. You can't. Don't touch my border. Don't touch it. Just go back and watch Saved by the Bell.
And you'll tell her, I'm looking for border pieces. This child has never done a puzzle by the border first ever in her life. It stresses me out. She was my Play-Doh mixer. I'm looking for the border of this puzzle. And she'll be like, look at this cool shape.
Oh, no.
It looks like a bird. And you're just, oh, buddy. Okay. Just find all the purple pieces, okay?
Yeah, that's it. Just pick a color, go there.
She has strengths. Those are not it. Puzzles are not it. She's fun to do it with, though, because she pulls me out of my too seriousness. I don't need to be that serious about a puzzle, but
that's great. My whole mentality was, I can do puzzles. It typically takes me a couple days to knock out 1,000-piece, but I haven't done this one. 3 mines are better than
that
one.
was a hard puzzle, though, because I came to pick them up and I got sucked into the puzzle vortex. I could have been there for 6 hours doing that puzzle with you. And they would have still been on the couch watching Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
They
really liked
love Saved by the Bell. And my cousins and I, so I have a bunch of brothers, and then I have 2 girl cousins who are kind of like my sisters. And we used to joke that every situation in our lives could be referenced to a Saved by the Bell episode. Remember in Saved by the Bell when this happened? This is exactly what's happening in my life. And then when we got older, it became Friends.
Oh.
So it went from Saved by the Bell to Friends. And now I don't know what it is.
Saved by the Bell, there was always some kind of life lesson, right? Mr. Belding, Miss Bliss. But there was one episode that I still reference all the time with my friend Joe.
Please tell me it's the caffeine pills.
Yes, never enough time. The no dose.
So excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so scared. But there's just never enough time, and that's always the never enough time. There's never enough time for anything. So it's always that one that is just. I just see her dancing, doing all of it. And then those pills. Are you taking pills?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the least of your concerns. If you're worried about Jessie taking no dose, wait until she's chewing Xanax like some other people. Like, shit gets real when you get older.
Little did we know a few years later she'd be stripping.
Oh, that's right. She did that one too. So just totally changed our. But I love that they're watching that because it's actually because I'm obviously listening to it as I'm doing this puzzle. Oh, I guess I'm just a lone wolf doing it all on my own. It's clean. It's pretty clean.
It is pretty clean. There's like a few things that I'm
some-
like, oh, I'm gonna have to explain that later probably. But really, they haven't asked a ton of questions. Although there was one episode that was a lot of environmental propaganda, we'll say, and we were like, that's propaganda.
Yeah,
You can watch it, but don't
believe
it. And they were like, okay.
yeah. So kids in our generation had Saved by the Bell to look up to, right? Those were they were in high school.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could watch them and
I
learn.
wanted to be Kelly Kapowski. I never, ever got to that level of girlness. I don't think ever. But Tiffany Amber Thiessen was the pinnacle.
And I will say, from everything I've seen with Tiffany Amber Thiessen online, she's cool as shit.
Oh,
so
yeah,
shout out to Kelly Kapowski as an adult girl. You got it. You made it. You're
Tiffany,
cool.
if you want to come on the podcast, we'd love to have you.
We'd love to have you.
I mean,
Cool
really,
shows.
anybody.
AC Slater is Mario Lopez on what? Is he still on E?
I don't know.
I don't know what happened to Jesse.
I don't know that E has been relevant in my life in 20 years.
I watch the same shows on Netflix.
And
so
then,
I'm not, or Game of Thrones. I rewatch that all the time.
Sure. Lisa Turtle. What happened to Lisa Turtle?
What happened to Lisa Turtle? She had a shopping problem. She's on that show. She was the lesson to not use your parents' credit card.
Yeah.
But I think of who kids have today to look up to. Greta Thunberg.
How dare you?
How dare you? Don't even bother with that
it's
shit.
not. Let's kick it back to the good old day. Wholesome. But it is, because they weren't talking about heavy things. Nobody at Bayside High was trying to be a cat.
It's true.
None of them were furries. Mr. Belding probably was a furry in real life or in his secret life.
In his secret life.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Just all that shit from the 90s. It's just easy for me to let my kids watch it, and I don't have to explain a whole ton of it.
No, it's pretty relevant just in that it's normal. It's relevant in the sense of normalcy.
These are kids being kids.
Kids being kids, doing stupid shit, getting in trouble with his big cell phone. Zach, when he had that big
brick
cell
cell
phone, the
phone.
brick,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
amazing. But no, I think just those moments that we had growing up where you could go to your friend's mom was going to pick you up from school. So that was done, but you weren't texting your mom to tell her how I'm getting home from school. There was a lot of fending for yourself, but also just letting people know the plan. Or can I go to so-and-so's house today after school?
Oh, we'd have to use the payphone and do a collect call. And in the where you said your name, you had to say it as fast as possible.
So they could just say, no, I don't.
Mom, I'm going to Stephanie's house. Okay, bye. And then you just hang up.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But those days of not being so attached to a device, also to a tablet, to a phone, to anything. I miss those days of just feeling free because there is some kind of the holding mechanism to having a device on hand where you have easy access to everything you want. Now we have ChatGPT. There's so much that when we were younger, we just were so much more rogue, and it was
for sure.
so much more fun. I love that you're doing that for your kids.
Thank you.
For anyone else, just keep bringing back these moments that you loved in your childhood and growing up in your teen years, and just do them. If you want to have a roller skating party with me, let us know. We'll do it. We'll go. I'm not saying there won't be alcohol involved. I'm just saying there can be, but you can also roller skate or you can also bowl. You can hybrid now because you're an adult and you can do it all.
I think
but
we
there's
don't
never
take
enough time.
enough advantage of being adults.
Yeah.
But there was, last time we were at the roller rink for a birthday party, there was an adult costume party at the roller rink, and it was hilarious.
Oh.
And the people that we were with were really fun. But that party, we were cracking up because a couple of those guys were wearing 80s hair metal wigs and vests with no shirts on, and they were wasted. And it was hilarious. Yeah. And it wasn't even inappropriate to be around kids. They were just having the time of their lives.
Within their own. Yeah. just keep it alive. Don't let it die just because you've grown up. Like, keep it always in your head as these were the best days. That's why I love all those creators on social media who do all the 90s flashbacks. This is what it was like.
Yeah.
Because it is. And it hits us. Let's talk about that point, that pain point. It hits us of nostalgia. Oh my God, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
All the random things. It's such a beautiful thing to have people like us who also don't want to forget, and you want to keep it going and keep it rolling.
Well, and then one of my older child was like, "Oh, I kind of understand why you are the way you are." When I made them watch Gem and the Rockers.
Nice.
And they were like, "This is bad, Mom. Have you seen some of the computer generated bullshit animation that is on Disney Junior?"
Yeah.
Gem and the Rockers was the real deal.
It was.
It just kind of helps them understand our generation a little bit better too, and appreciate the things that they do have that are better.
Yeah. And as they get older, they'll appreciate our generation more. Oh my gosh, my mom did this. This is what she was telling. They'll understand it more than they do right now, but they are getting a huge lesson right now. So kudos to that. Yeah. I love it. Let's bring back the good old days, everybody, just in everything you do.
So if you're doing something in your life, whether with kids or not with kids, and you're bringing back the good old days, holler at us. Let us know. What's our Instagram? We should probably say that. We have an email too, but I don't know what it is.
Instagram is at Don't Even Bother Pod.
Yep.
That's the handle. So yeah, reach out. Let us know.
Yeah, holler at us. Give us
Tag
a follow.
us in your old school things because we love that so much. But yeah, we'll let you get back to your lives, right?
Yeah.
So I guess have a good day to everybody, except if you burn the American flag because you say you hate it here, you need to leave. Peace out.
Bye.